Georgine McLaughlin, 22717 Barnhill Drive, Old Town, Maryland. Let's go back to 2007. I expressed concerns at that time about a forming of this county police force. You assured me at that time that it would only be junk abatement enforcement, which I have no problem with. You didn't even talk about the Allegany Trail and your office buildings. Now let's go back to July the 24th at your public meeting. When you brought this up, I got up and spoke when you allowed me to. I expressed outrage. I told you that I thought that it should be put on a public referendum to be voted on by the people of Allegany County. Your answer was, this is just being studied. We will decide later. Imagine my outrage when I looked at the Times News on Tuesday or Wednesday and saw that you had voted on going ahead with something you said that you were just going to study. I called you all and left a message and said I would discuss it with the Landowners Association, which I am president of for Town Creek. We discussed it, we were coming to the meeting, and I left a message on your phone, Dale, telling you that I would see you at the meeting. Lo and behold, there was a notice in the paper that you had nobody signed up and nobody on the agenda or an agenda item, so you canceled that meeting. You evaded, and that's an evasion as far as I'm concerned, meeting and discussing this at a meeting before you went ahead. I sent you an email expressing my outrage again, and starting it off with, I dislike being misled. I don't like to call people liars, but I was misled at that meeting. And I think that the Attorney General should step in and waive the petitions to put this on a public referendum vote for the public to decide. And I just have one more statement. As far as Mr. Moore being head of a county police force, he is part of the Homeland Security agent. That's a state-funded program for this county. My grandfather left what would have been Czechoslovakia, Slovakia, and Czech Republic because it was turned over to the Soviet Union. He came to the United States to escape just such procedures. He did not want to be under a state-run police force. That was what Hitler instituted. It's called the Gestapo. The is not answerable to the police or to the people. It's funded through the government, and if that's where you're getting me, Mr. Moore, if he's going to be in charge of the county police force, he needs to resign from the Homeland Security. If he's going to be on the Homeland Security, he should not be allowed to be in part of our police force. They should be two separate agencies. We elect a sheriff. Then Mr. Moore should be elected if he's going to be running a county police force. If we have a problem with his lack of communication, and communication goes two ways, as far as your previous meeting about setting a policy that would apply to another agency, you should have sat down with the Board of Education, your office, and the Sheriff's Office, because they're all elected agencies, and come up with a policy that met the needs of all three government agencies. And I can't express my outrage still any more than that. Either Mr. Moore resigns from Homeland Security and runs the county police if you go for it, or he resigns from the county police, stays on Homeland Security. Thank you.